Sons, the famine has been severe, and I'm afraid that your children, my grandchildren, will soon not have enough to eat.
Hi, I'm Miss Jean. Join me on a trip to Discovery Mountain, where the air is clear, almost clear enough to hear your imagination, and where every day is an exercise in faith. Join me for today's expedition in Discovery Mountain. When we left the last part of our Summer of Strife story, we were right at intermission in the campers' drama production of The Story of Joseph. Let's listen to Act 2 and the rest of the story.
Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to find your seats again. We'll begin Act 2 of The Story of Joseph in 1 minute.
1 minute, everyone. Places, please. Mr. Simon, you're up first.
Okay, I'm ready to dig deep and pull out my patriarch voice. How's this?
Mr. Simon, you're a natural.
Judah, Ben, come on. You're up in the next scene. Find your shepherd staffs.
Miss Tamara, Miss Wendy, are we ready backstage?
I just need Mr. Garcia.
He's right behind you.
Oh, well, then we're ready. Let the show begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, come with me to ancient Egypt. Joseph has been serving as second in command in all of Egypt. There were 7 good years where all the crops were healthy and everyone had plenty to eat. Under Joseph's direction, the people saved 1/5 of all the crops during the good years. And then the bad years came, as predicted. The famine wasn't just in Egypt. It spread far and wide, even to the land of Canaan, where Joseph's father and his brothers lived.
Sons, the famine has been severe, and I'm afraid that your children, my grandchildren, will soon not have enough to eat. I have heard that there is still grain in Egypt to buy. I want 10 of you to travel to Egypt to purchase grain, but I want Benjamin to stay with me to keep an eye on things here at home.
And so, Jacob's 10 oldest sons prepared for the journey to Egypt. Jacob didn't really need Benjamin's help. He could have sent him along, but he was afraid. He had already lost Joseph. He didn't want to lose his youngest son as well.
Let in the next group.
As soon as his brothers bowed in front of him, Joseph recognized them, but they didn't recognize him. Joseph spoke like an Egyptian and dressed like an Egyptian. Using a translator, he asked them,
Where are you from?
We are here from the land of Canaan to buy food.
You aren't here to buy food. You're spies.
No, we aren't. We are all sons of one man, and our youngest brother is at home with our father.
Well, then prove to me you're not spies. If your story is true, then bring me your younger brother. Guards, take these men to prison.
Joseph thought about how his brothers had fought with him and hated him. What should he do with them now? After 3 days, he released them from prison and brought them back before him. Using a translator, Joseph says,
You may leave to take grain to your families, but one of you will stay behind in jail. I will only release him when you bring me your younger brother. That way, you can prove you're not spies.
The brothers didn't know that Joseph was, well, Joseph, their brother, and they freely spoke in their own language. They didn't know that this powerful Egyptian could understand them.
Brothers, we deserve this rough treatment. We are guilty for how we treated our brother Joseph. He cried for help when he was in the pit, and we ignored him.
I told you not to hurt him. I still can't believe you sold our own brother.
I know, Reuben, and you were right. Simeon, you should stay. We'll take the food home to Father and our families, and we'll come back for you.
Please, excuse me.
Hearing their words, Joseph turned away from his brothers and cried. He asked his men to fill their bags with grain and return the money they had paid to the bags. The brothers, all except Simeon, headed home to Canaan.
What is this? Reuben, my money is in the grain bag. The Egyptian is going to think I didn't pay for it.
Hey, my money is here too.
Oh no, suddenly I'm really scared.
Sons, I can't believe that you left Simeon behind. And the money for the grain was returned to all of you? It just doesn't make sense.
Father, if we just go back with Benjamin, we can rescue Simeon.
No, never. I've already lost his brother. I won't lose Benjamin too.
Jacob wanted to protect his youngest son, but was there any other way to bring his son Simeon home?
Backdrop switch. Girls, slide out the desert backdrop. We're back in Canaan. Sarah, give it a push. The girls aren't going fast enough. Whew, just in time.
Time passed, and Jacob's family ate all the grain. So he called his sons around him again.
Sons, you need to go back to Egypt and buy some more grain.
Father, remember the man of Egypt told us that we can't appear before him without our younger brother.
Why did you even have to tell him about your younger brother?
He asked us directly about our father and if we had any younger brothers. We didn't know he'd accuse us of being spies. Father, let me go with Benjamin, and I will be a surety for him. If I don't keep him safe, you can put the blame on me forever.
I can't see any other way. Take back all the money and fill your carts with fruits, pistachio nuts, almonds, and honey. And may God protect you and bring you all back home safely.
Backdrop change.
I know. I'm on it, Miss Tamara. I've got it. Pharaoh's palace again.
The brothers loaded up the carts with the best of Canaan and set out on their dusty journey towards Egypt. Expecting to see Joseph, the brothers were greeted instead by his assistant. This man told them that they were invited to have lunch at Joseph's home. Walking into the dining room, the brothers were afraid.
He's invited us to his house for lunch to make us slaves. He wants to steal our donkeys and punish us for being spies. Oh no, Father will never forgive us. Huh? Simeon? Is that you? It's so good to see you.
When Joseph saw Benjamin, he became very emotional.
My own younger brother. Oh, after all these years.
The brothers were surprised that the Egyptians seated them at the table from Reuben down to Benjamin, all by their ages.
This food is good. There was nothing to be afraid of. He put on a feast for us. Look, I'm getting 5 times as much as you guys.
The brothers gave Joseph the presents they brought, bought grain, and left for home.
Everything turned out all right. We're all going home, and Father will be very happy we got more grain.
Yeah, am I ever relieved. I said I'd be a surety for you, little brother.
Hey, hold it right there. One of you has stolen Joseph's silver cup.
What?
Open your grain bags. I'm going to search each one of you.
Not one of us has stolen the cup. Search each of our bags, and whoever has the cup, let him die, and we will all be your slaves.
That was a very bold thing for the brothers to say. And in the moments that followed, they realized it was also a presumptuous thing to say. The brothers stood absolutely still. They were shocked. The silver cup was in Benjamin's bag. The brothers had no way of knowing that Joseph's men hid the cup in his bag. It was a setup. Joseph's men took the brothers back to the palace.
How can we clear our names, sir?
The brother with the cup must stay in Egypt. The rest of you may go back to your families.
Judah stepped close to Joseph and spoke to him with all of the emotion he felt inside of him.
We can't return to our families. You see, our father's life is so wrapped up in our younger brothers that he will die if he doesn't come back. I gave myself as a surety. I am responsible for him. So take me. I will stay in his place. Let the boy go back with my brothers.
Leave.
But
No, not you. All of my staff, leave immediately. I wish to be alone with these men. I am Joseph.
Are you our brother Joseph?
Yes, don't be afraid. Come close to me. Don't be afraid or angry for what you did. God sent me here before you to save your lives from this famine that's going to go on for another 5 years. You didn't send me here. God did.
Joseph, is that really you?
Yes, my brother. Now go, all of you, and tell our father that God made me Lord over all in Egypt. Pack your belongings and gather your family and come here to live in Goshen. There is good land there, and you can raise your sheep just as you always have. Go, tell our father.
When Pharaoh heard that Joseph's brothers were coming to be near him, he was happy, but not nearly as happy as Jacob was.
Could it really be true? I don't believe you. It's impossible.
Father, yes, don't faint. It's true. Joseph is alive, and God made him Lord over all Egypt.
My life is complete. Joseph is alive, and I will go and see him before I die.
The families loaded up their carts, and Judah led them into the land of Goshen. The day of the reunion arrived at last. Joseph rode out to see them.
Father, it's me, Joseph.
My son.
Oh, Father, I have so much to tell you. Will you come to the palace with me? I'd like you to meet Pharaoh.
Father and son entered Pharaoh's court, and Jacob blessed Pharaoh. Jacob lived with his family in Egypt for another 17 years before he died. They were happy years for Jacob. He spent time with Joseph's sons, and they became like his own sons to him. When their father died, the brothers were worried again. Joseph had never paid them back for selling him for a few silver coins. Now that their father had died, would he finally get even?
Brothers, let's send a message to Joseph, reminding him that our father, Jacob, asked him to forgive us.
When Joseph read their message, he cried and sent his brothers these words.
Don't be afraid. You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good in order to save many people's lives. I will provide for you and your families.
Joseph and his brothers lived together in the land for many, many years. Joseph forgave his brothers even though they were once jealous, competitive, and even murderous men. God gave Joseph a deep love for his brothers, the kind of love that only comes from our Heavenly Father. Do you need that deep love to forgive someone? Do you need that deep love to clear the jealousy and competitiveness out of your heart? God will provide it. Simply ask Him for it. The end. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. Now, a couple of ladies need to come out here. Counselor Sarah has some flowers for you. Miss Wendy, Miss Tamara, Discovery Mountain's drama directors. Let's give them a big round of applause. Everyone, come on out and take a bow. Mr. Simon, Counselor Jake. Come on, Judah and Ben. Ladies and gentlemen, our wonderful actors who brought this amazing Bible story to life. Thank you for sharing your talents with us.
I almost felt like I was there with them, didn't you? Whew, the drama production went just wonderfully. Well, sadly, that can only mean one thing. Summer camp is almost finished for the week. Well, stay with us through this short break. As the campers say their goodbyes, it's the end of one adventure, but just the beginning of others. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Donovan Reeder, and I play Principal Reeder on Discovery Mountain. But I'm the real principal of Campion Academy, located in Loveland, Colorado. Campion Academy is a boarding high school whose mission it is to prepare our students to share God's love with the world. With opportunities such as mission trips, training and giving Bible studies, literature evangelism, and student-led chapels, our students are challenged to take their faith and walk with Christ to the next level. To find out more about our rigorous academic program or set up a tour, visit us online at campion.net.
The final morning of camp arrived. The campers stood in line, sleepy after a late last night of whispering with new friends.
Tween campers, our last morning of camp is here. I'll raise these flags with you this morning and lower them with a brand new group of campers tonight. I have to tell you, though, that you have been my favorite group all summer. Tween campers rule!
Woohoo!
All right.
We've had a lot of adventures this week. Lots of friends made and only one broken bone. Praise God.
Judah held his cast up high like a badge of honor. The campers cheered.
Campers, my prayer for you is that you leave this place as young men and women committed to God. That you go home ready to follow His leading, whichever direction it takes you. And I hope He sends some of you back here again next summer. Let's sing our theme song together. Come on, Mr. Garcia, get on up here.
All right, campers, one last time this summer. Now give me your best singing voice. Here we go. Discover sunshine, experience fresh mountain air, discover nature, experience friends that really care. Discovery Mountain, the place I wanna be. Discover more of God and all His plans for me. Discover drama with all the messages we bring. Discover campfire and all the happy songs we sing. Discovery Mountain, the place I wanna be. Discover more of God and all His plans for me. Discover swimming in the lake so deep and blue. Discover sunsets, Bluebirdie waits for you. Discovery Mountain, the place I wanna be. Discover more of God and all His plans for me.
The campers sang with all their hearts. A few hugged their newfound friends. A few shed tears. It was a bittersweet end to a week that none of them would ever forget. Each of the boys in Blackfoot Cabin gathered their duffel bags and made their way to their parents' cars. Logan was the last to go and hugged Jake goodbye, tears in his eyes. The cabin was totally quiet for the first time in a week. But not for long. Jake grabbed a broom and swept the floor vigorously. Time to make the place clean for the next group of campers.
Knock, knock. Hey, Jake. Reader sent me to tell you he wants you and I to help the cooks today. Apparently, their food delivery from the city won't arrive until almost dinner time. And they need us to help get ready for the next group of campers.
Okay, I'm done here. Just let me grab my clipboard and I'll walk over with you. So, teen camp is next, huh? I'm ready for them, Sarah. You know, this group of boys taught me a lot. I really feel like I was able to make a difference.
Well, I'm glad, Jake. I told you being a counselor gets easier the more time you spend with them.
Yep, I'll be a pro with the teens.
Oh.
What did I say?
Oh, nothing. You'll find out.
Find out what?
Well, just the teen campers are nothing like the tween group. It's a whole new set of problems with them.
Oh, no, really? I was just starting to think I could be useful at this.
You can. God will help you just like He did with Judah and Ben.
I sure hope so. Are we the first ones here? There's no one else in the cafeteria?
Oh, they're probably just out back working on what they can for supper. Let's look in the kitchen.
Sarah, Jake, you found us. Thank you. We have our new campers arriving in 2 hours, and until then, I need all hands on deck to get supper ready. Mr. Simon tells me the shipment should be here any minute.
Okay, what are we making?
Haystacks.
Well, good. That's one meal I know how to make. Corn chips, beans, lettuce, olives, shredded cheese, salsa, and to top it all off, an organic pineapple ring.
Pineapple?
A pineapple ring?
Yeah, Hawaiian haystacks. Do you make them that way?
Well, everything but the pineapple, but...
Good news, everyone. The truck just arrived.
Great news, Mr. Simon. Let's all help unload and get cooking.
I'll be on pineapple duty.
Jake, there won't be any pineapple.
Oh, but...
Come on, let's just go unload.
It was all hands on deck that afternoon, and the camp staff joked and laughed as they got supper ready. Camp Director Reeder opened all the cans of olives, Sarah diced lettuce, and Jake shredded a mountain of cheese. They finished just in time to rush out to the flagpole, ready to greet the next group of campers. The air was calm and clear in Discovery Mountain that afternoon. As the cars slowly started to arrive, Jake thought back over the week. It had been one of the most stressful weeks of his life, and the most rewarding.
It looks like we're going to be able to feed the campers tonight. With all that help, Cook says we'll be okay. Thanks for pitching in, Jake.
Oh, of course. That's what we do here. We're family.
I'm glad that God sent you here, Jake. I'm also thankful that he gave you a missionary heart. Showing these kids Jesus is just about the most important thing you could be doing this summer.
I was just starting to feel like I could make a difference, but Sarah has me afraid of teen camp now.
Oh, don't you worry about the teen campers. They have their own set of problems for sure. But they're looking for answers in life, questioning things, and you can share the answer, Jesus, with them.
I hope and pray you're right, Mr. Simon.
I'm gonna miss you around here, Jake. Where's God calling you off to next? Mongolia? The Netherlands? Costa Rica?
Well, it's interesting you should ask.
Oh, how so?
Mr. Reeder just offered me a job at Discovery Mountain Academy this fall. He said he liked the way I worked with the kids in the summer and asked if I'd be campus chaplain.
Well, Jake, I think that's a wonderful fit for you. What did you say?
Oh, I asked Mr. Reeder to pass me another block of cheese so I could shred it.
And what else, about the job?
Oh, well, I'd say I pray about that. And that I'd have to talk to you.
Me?
Yeah, well, I'm wondering, would you consider having a roommate for a while? I could go visit my sister in the city on school breaks, and you'd have a break from me then, too.
Oh, Jake, I'd love to have you as a roommate. You pray, and if God's leading you to stay here, then my door is open to you.
Well, thanks, Mr. Simon. I'll do that.
Can I tell Jamie and Kayla you're considering it? I think they'd be excited to have you as their campus chaplain.
Well, let me pray about it first. And I do have one logistical question.
What's that?
Well, in the winter, do you ever get really heavy snowstorms here in Discovery Mountain?
Oh, yes, but we prepare for them, and it works out just fine. We stay inside and play games and drink hot cocoa.
Yeah, but does it ever delay your food shipments?
Yes, for a few days. But that can happen anytime, like today, for example. And it's nowhere near winter time.
Okay, well, I'll take that into consideration.
Ah, I see what's going through your mind. Listen, Jake, if God is calling you to stay here, then you can make me a list of your must-have foods. I know a few already, like organic raisins, almond milk.
The one in the blue carton with the swirl inside, not the green one.
Yes, I'm familiar with all your favorite brands by now, Jake. As I was saying, in the fall, you make me a list, and I can order in a backup supply of everything, and you'll never have to go without, even in a snowstorm.
Great, that does help me to know, Mr. Simon. Thank you.
Anytime, Jake, anytime.
What a week it has been at camp. I wonder if Jake will accept Reeder's offer to stay and work as a campus chaplain for the academy. I'm sure Jamie and Kayla would be very happy to have Jake working at their school. Well, we'll have to wait until our next story series to find out. This is the conclusion of Summer of Strife, a 10-episode camp story. If you missed an episode, or if you just want to listen to them all over again, you can. Visit discoverymountain.com, where every episode is available to stream on demand. Did you enjoy these programs? Well, if so, would you tell a friend about them? One way to do that is to share the episodes on social media. Either you or your mom or dad could do that for you. thanks for listening. I can't wait to join you for the next set of stories.
Hi, I'm Director Doug, and these 10 episodes of Summer of Strife might be over, but there's still lots to do on our website. When we recorded these episodes, the voice actors made the occasional mistake. Well, that's not true. They made lots of mistakes. That's part of any recording process. I thought you might like to watch them making their mistakes. It's pretty funny sometimes, and we created a blooper reel just for you. Visit us on discoverymountain.com to see these fun videos. After you watch the video, tell us what you thought.
I'm Miss Jean, and you've been listening to Discovery Mountain, where the air is clear enough to hear your imagination, and where every day is an exercise in faith. To listen to other episodes and to send us a message, visit us at discoverymountain.com or write to us at Discovery Mountain, P.O. Box 999, Loveland, Colorado 80539. And in Canada, write to Box 2127, Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, L1H7V4. This is a production of The Voice of Prophecy. Join us again next time here at Discovery Mountain, where every day is an exercise in faith. Each of the episodes for this story series, Summer of Strife, is available on our website, which was designed by Stephen Adetumbi. Visit us there to listen on demand and access bonus video content captured and edited by producer Joel Baker. Summer of Strife was recorded in Loveland, Colorado, and post-produced in Ontario, Canada.